Hey, you guys, hold on just 1 second. I can't see anybody yet. Just 1 second, please. Live. Hold on 1 second, you guys, and I'll be right there, okay? I'm just checking something on my YouTube. Hi, Amanda. Okay, let me send you the invite right now, and then we just need one other person. Okay, copy the... Let's see. I forget if your Gmail... Hold on 1 second, Amanda. Okay. I'm emailing you right now, girl. Okay, Amanda, I check your email right now and let me know if you got it. Brilliant. I love that. I love when people say that. Hi, you guys. Is anybody else in here? Short Shamer, how are you? I hope you're well. Are you ready to talk all things paranormal, UFOs, whatever you feel like talking about? Hi, Melissa. How are you? How are you guys doing? Just so you guys know, you can also become a member now on my channel. There's a membership button. So I have a lot of paranormal videos that I want to do that will be for like members only coming up. Great. How are you? I am doing wonderful. Thank you. Just hot today, trying to survive the heat. Let's see. Let's get ghosty. I know I'm waiting because I think somebody else wanted to join the panel and be able to tell their story. Hi, Polly. How are you? So I wanted to give it like another minute or so and see if somebody wanted to join our channel, our stream. Thank you guys for being here. Hi, Richard. How are you? Good afternoon from California. Good afternoon from California as well, Richard. How are you surviving the heat today? So was there one other person that wanted to join on panel and share their story? Or should we just wait and see if anybody comes on later? It's your first live chat. Welcome. I hope you enjoy it. We kind of just talk about everything. We just hang out and we talk. I sent a link to one of the ladies that want to join on panel today, so hopefully she'll get the link soon. Amanda, did you get it? Yeah, did I misspell it? Let me see. Oh, you just watched the latest Conjuring, Polly? Oh, you got the AC on extra cold, lucky. I think I spelled it right, Amanda. Let me send it to you again. Hold on 1 second, you guys. I can't see anything. I'll be right there. Okay, Amanda, just sent it again. Hopefully it'll be there for you. Oh my gosh, I got a member! Thank you for joining, Melissa. We need like a song. The Breezy Bunch, the Breezy Bunch. Thank you for becoming a part of the Breezy Bunch. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Thank you so much for joining. That's so cool. Hi, Mel. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm just waiting for Amanda to get here. I just sent her a link again. She's got some really cool stories she wants to share with us. Amanda, I hope you got it. How was the latest Conjuring? I'm interested in knowing. Oh, we have 8 people here. Hi, everybody. Hello, hello. We just got a member of the Breezy Bunch. It's so exciting. So talk to me, you guys. It was scary. Oh my gosh. I need to watch it. Melissa, this is so cool. Look later and I'll give you a shout out on the community tab. Like, I really appreciate this. Aw. Hey, Melissa, congrats. AOL or Gmail? I sent it to AOL. Melissa, I think I put some cool stickers and stuff to use. I don't know if they're available yet. You like the song? I'm so glad. Just did that off the top of my head. 11 people here now. Hi, everybody. Hit that thumbs up if you can. Waiting for Amanda to get here on panel. I hope you got the email. I sent it to AOL. Let me see if I could check to see if it's sent. Address not found? Nothing yet? Let me see if there's a different way to invite you. Copy to clipboard. Okay, wait, I have an idea. Oh no, I can't log into my Instagram. Amanda, how else can I send this to you from my computer? Hold on, you guys. I'm just trying to figure this out. There's a private chat? How do I use that? Man. Okay, Amanda, do you have a Twitter? Hold on, you guys. Just bear with us. Monty's here. Hi, Monty. How are you? Let's see. Hold on, you guys. I'm trying to get Amanda on this panel here. Compose. Hold on, Amanda. Trying to write you again. I wonder if it's in your spam. Okay, let's try this again, Amanda. Hold on, you guys. I don't know, man. You checked spam? I'll try it again. I just sent you one. I'll try it again from StreamYard. I'm not sure what else to do. I'm trying not to say your... Yeah, I don't know what else to do. I'm sending it to the email you gave me. I am so bad with technology. Me too, I'm trying. I really am. Hi, all 12 people in here. Welcome to the Breezy Bunch. Hi, Breezers. You can resend as well. I did resend it. Like, I'm pressing the invite button, and then it gives me a link. Yeah. Let me see if I could log into my Instagram. That might take a minute, you guys. I always forget my passwords to everything. Hold on 1 second. We will get this taken care of. I promise. Okay. Instagram. Come on. What's the issue here? None of the above. I am here, you guys. I just can't see anything at the moment. Oh, crud on the shoe. Why won't it let me type it in? Hello? Try Google Mail. Same username followed by at Google Mail. Okay. Okay. Trying that. Chachi, it's okay. It's okay. I know. Trust me, I know. I'm trying to get this going. Summer Cats. I changed my name back to normal. Okay. Okay, what shall we say while she isn't looking? Yeah, you guys go ahead and talk amongst yourselves. I'm trying to get Amanda here. It's okay, Chachi. I promise it's all going to be fine. The Breezy Bunch, the Breezy Bunch. Okay, I've tried everything, Amanda. Check all your emails. Hey, breeders, I'm also watching. Oh, breeder. I read it as breeders. You're also watching Charlie. Nice. Melissa, okay, what's your confession? Yes, my manager is annoyed, Amanda. Melissa, what is your confession? I need to know. Yes, I did hear about Shannon's tweets. About Chantel and what's his face. Yeah. What do you guys think about that? Freezers, I effing hate autocorrect. I do that all the time. Okay, Melissa said, oh, you found me? I see you. I think she's here. Let me read this comment from Melissa really fast. I went to buy my mother-in-law a birthday gift and bought myself the present I was going to give her and bought her a gift card. I've done that too. It's okay. Let's see. Are you here?
I am. Can you hear me?
How do I
am. Can you hear me?
You guys, how do I do this? Hello? I am backstage, but I put you on.
Hello?
You could hear Amanda? Amanda?
Yeah, yeah.
I could hear you now. Okay. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. Clearly, AOL is out of date. There we go. That's what you get for being old.
No, it's okay. My a family member still has an AOL account. It's just I don't know.
Were you gonna say like elderly family member there before you stop
No,
yourself?
not elderly. She's like 58. That's not elderly. I just didn't want to say who it was in case they get mad at me.
Okay. Is the sound okay? It's not echoing or anything.
I can hear you now. I couldn't for a minute. Um, let's see. Okay, so let's read the comments really fast and then we will talk. Gypsy said, "Oh my god, I saw her bruised breaststroke. It was scary and sad." She said, "I can't handle it. It's really dark." Ugh. Amanda, were you going to say something?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hey, sorry, I was just trying to work out a way to see the chat at the same time.
Oh, it's okay.
I wasn't talking to you. Stereo was trying to get in on the show there. Or turn
Oh
off.
no. It was pretty obvious. I think that Chantel is the one lying, so I'm not shocked at all. Yeah, Chantel is the one lying. Oh, Monty said he can hear both of us. Okay, cool. Somebody asked if you're
Perfect.
British, Amanda.
I am, yeah. I'm from the north of England originally, and now I'm marauding around Scotland.
Oh my gosh. What a dream.
But well done. I've had Brazilian and American before, so
Wow.
yeah.
Haynes Fun said, "Hey everyone, sorry I'm late. I'm so glad you're here. It is sad, Gypsy. Autocorrect is ruining my life. It does that to me every day." So Amanda, do you have any stories you want to tell us or like any experiences?
Ooh, I have many. Yeah, I've got lots. I guess just to say up front that this is just my experience and my beliefs, and I'm not knocking anybody else's beliefs or saying that they're wrong or mine are right. That's all.
Cool. I appreciate that actually.
Yes. Yeah. So I guess just like a bit of background on me and I guess the spirit world is my grandmother was a spiritualist medium. I grew up kind of seeing and knowing things that I didn't realize other people didn't. And then a lot of stuff happened over my younger years, especially. And yeah, that's really kind of my experience. That's where it started and where it grew to.
What experience stands out most in your mind? Like I know you've been probably seeing a
Okay.
lot.
I think the weirdest one is the first time that I sometimes have dreams that come true. And it's normally if I'm not doing anything spiritual, it kind of leaks out of me that way. And it'll be just daft things about like sitting in a supermarket car park chatting to a mate. But there was once where I was dreaming about this guy I went to school with. And I woke up and he was actually sat in my room, but he wasn't really. And that's the first time it had been anybody that was, still with us.
Wow.
And I kind of just had this, and that's the first time I've ever been scared by something I've seen, like truly scared. And then I went into school, and I used to give him lifts home because he had a bit of a rough time of it. I used to give him lifts home and make him pay me in polo mints. And so I chatted to him on the way home, and it turned out, let's just say, he had a tough night that night and had been thinking about something a bit dire. And so I was able to have like a really good chat with him, and yeah,
That's really cool.
Yeah, that was like the weirdest thing. I've had some really beautiful experiences.
Can you share some of those?
Pardon?
Oh, I said, will you share some of those, like the beautiful experiences?
Yeah. So for a while, I was really, really poorly, and I was bedbound in a hospital bed in my living room. And it was, I used to I was on like a lot of opiates for pain relief. And I said to my partner at the time, there's an old man that she'd be like, why are you smiling? I said, oh, it's that old man that comes round and whistles. And he used to be in a bed too here. And she was really good in the fact that she'd go out and ask, because she always knew that I needed proof just to make myself, feel better that it was, real.
Right.
And she went and spoke to the guy at the local shop. And yeah, it had been a guy who had, just gotten old at home and had to be in a hospital bed towards the end. But I always remember every time he came round, it was when I was really hurting, and he'd just kind of like stand and whistle.
Really?
Just like really cheery, and it was just really soothing and lovely.
I love that. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
and
I love
then
that.
the most beautiful experience, genuinely the most beautiful, was so. Do you remember I mentioned I was a scientist at one point?
Yes.
Yes. So my friend came to me and went, "You're a scientist. Can you help me get pregnant?" And I was like, "Wrong kind of scientist, but sure, why not? Let's give it a shot. Be interesting." And so we did that, and she wasn't she wasn't she wasn't getting pregnant over a couple of months. And I said, "You actually need to invite this soul in and make promises. I think we both do."
Right.
And I remember the day we did that, it's the first time I've ever seen a soul completely clean, ready for rebirth.
Whoa.
And it was just this light, and I said, "You're pregnant. That's it." And I've still got that in my calendar to this day, the day she got pregnant.
That's insane. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, really fast, Michelle Reed, thank you so much for becoming a member. We have a little song for the members. It's the Breezy Bench, the Breezy Bench. That's the way Michelle became the Breezy Bench. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Thank you so much, Michelle,
Yay!
for joining. Need some sleep set. This is fascinating. I'm happy to learn about Amanda and her experiences.
Thank you.
That's so cool. Yeah, I mean, feel free. Any stories you have, anything that anything. We're here for it.
I don't know if it is a good subject, but I have the time that I dealt with a darker energy once.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I would love
Okay.
to hear about it. Is that fine with everybody else? I'm sure it is. We'll just see if we get like a no really fast or something,
Yeah.
but I'm sure it'll be okay.
But there did come some learning from it, so that was interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you, Melissa. I found the chat, by the way. There we go.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Melissa said yes. All right. Definitely. If you feel comfortable sharing the story, then we're all ears.
So it was the same house where that gentleman was that used to whistle.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got like my first dog as a grown up then. And I used to call it, after this event, Poppy the Wonder Dog, like the psychic wonder dog. And I remember like lying in bed and my voice was completely taken away, which has never happened to me before.
Wow.
And it wasn't sleep paralysis because I was like up watching TV. And this cottage, this stone cottage, and stone can be a bit of a magnet for energies. It was, I'd say, about 1700s, 1800s, so
Right.
it was old. And I remember above the TV, and I'm talking like those old TVs, that used to have that big back on them.
Mm-hmm.
Above the TV, this dark spot started to swirl and grow. Now, before I go on, I have to say I have dealt with energies and spirits since I was like a little girl, and they're people. So if you're scared, you say you're scared, and to stop it, and quite often that's enough.
Right.
They're just trying to get messages through. It's, you talk to them like people. That only ever changes if they've kind of been kept here for too long because they're scared. But this one was like a much darker energy, and it started to swirl and grow. And I remember like looking around going, is anybody else seeing this? And I
Mm-hmm.
looked down and my dog Poppy was on the end of the bed and her hackles were growling, like growling. And Poppy was, she's an Irish red setter, you know, like even a vet said, like, we just don't know setters to bite, you know, they're just soft. So,
Right.
yeah. And I remember then, like, it felt like there was a really heavy weight on my body. And I knew as I saw this energy, and it got to about the size of a really tall man behind the TV.
Oh my gosh.
And I knew that this, like, I had to get my control back, and it was as simple as that. And so I I did just that. I fought to get a grip, and you do that by, you know, there's lots of ways you can do it. A lot of people believe in lavender and soul, and the best way is to change your energy, and you can do it with sound or laughter or sense. You know, you just break that intensity. And that's how you kind of claim your space back with your own energy. And I remember like doing that and pushing, pushing, pushing. And then the day after, I told my partner about it, my ex-partner.
Uh-huh.
And at the time, I used a lot of lavender, like dried lavender in the corners. And then we got a medium out just to double check because, you know, it's good to, you know, trust someone that's maybe got a bit more experience than you. And at the time, I was only 25.
Right.
And she came out, she's like, actually, you've cleared this house, you've done all right. But it's
Really?
just about expanding your energy, changing your energy, and drawing your own boundaries as well. And you can imagine that in so many different ways. There's like a lot of visualizations that you have to find one that works for you to do that.
That's so interesting. Oh my gosh. Do you guys
Mm.
have any questions about this? Like clearing energies, or maybe if you feel like you have any energies in your house, good or bad? Let's see. I really appreciate you coming on and sharing this with us. Like, this is so interesting to me. I've
You're
never,
more than welcome.
oh, thank you. I've never, I've never seen an actual presence, anything like that. I've never seen a ghost energy, but I felt it. I
Yeah.
used to, yeah, I used to like to go to like places that I knew was very haunted, and so I would walk around and I could just feel things, but I've never seen anything. Melissa said, "Thank you for sharing. I feel presence all." Wow, so you can feel energies too. I wonder why too. Like certain people can feel it, certain people can't. Certain people can see things.
Anybody can eventually. Some are
Mm-hmm.
just born more naturally so, you know. And for those, it's normally their challenge is working to protect themselves. Because for a long time, I think they call it white knighting. You know, I was that kind of person that I'd trot off running after people and fixing things all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's not exactly changed, but like I preserve my own energy now.
Yeah.
But as I said, some spirits that can stay in this, I mean, you want to say world, dimension, realm, whatever words work for your beliefs.
Right.
Um, and so, and that can, they can be kept here for like a number of reasons, but often it's fear, like their fear of judgment.
Right.
And just to put anybody's minds at rest, there isn't really that. There's healing that has to be done, but there's not really like torment waiting, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and so, but I didn't get that. Oh, Siri's always at it. I'll tell you a story about Syrian spirits actually. But yeah. So I used to. My mission was then to kind of like try and ease people onwards, you know, like try and ease their suffering.
Right.
Or that's what I thought, but I didn't do it in the wisest way. I'd let them use my energy almost like a battery.
Oh.
And you know, and then it took me. I mean, my friend literally just came around and smacked me upside the back of the head. You know, it was like, stop it. You know, so yeah, we had to do that. But I mean, I've experimented with like lots of different stuff, trying to find the techniques that work best for me.
Right.
But with people who feel it, um, the best way to develop that is spirit will maybe give you a feeling that reminds you of an image, and they just use whatever language works for you. So if I asked everybody in the chat, think of a picture that means happiness to them, then everybody would have a different picture.
True.
So the spirits just kind of use those symbols that mean something to us to let us know things.
That's so interesting. So they can be communicating. I'm just not looking for the signs or paying attention to it, I guess.
Melissa, I know that. I have a friend who she works quite a lot balancing the energies of land. It's not my calling, although mine was to protect it in the environment. I was an environmental scientist. But
Wow.
we sat in a room together, and because we were both gifted, or just sense energy, whatever word you want to use, like it built and built and built, and we were having to kind of like try and diet down. And in the end, like without us saying anything, our series were triggering and talking to each other. And like we were just sat in silence going, nope, just not seeing this. We're not ready to talk,
Wow.
thanks.
What an experience. Oh my gosh.
It was funny. And then my friend was smoking and she was like, I'm just having a cigarette to ground. I was like, I feel that's an excuse, but okay.
Need some sleep said I live with some people in my 20s and I saw a figure in my room a couple times. And once I was woken by the feeling of blowing in my ear. Oh my gosh, how creepy. I was scared by it, but turns out two other people saw the same figure. Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you don't mind me saying,
Go for
spirits, especially the longer they live in spirit, it's a bit like kids, you know, like they'll do things to get your attention, but they can only affect so much in the environment. And there's certain things that they can affect, but blowing you will get a lot. Sometimes whistling in ears is another one. I get that quite a lot, and that's normally the beginning that you have the ability to hear spirits sometimes. But yeah.
Wow, so they get your intentions in different ways.
Yeah, and it's scary. It is always going to be scary to be woken up by somebody just randomly in the room. Your best bet is to see how it feels. And if you imagine like someone that's not maybe passed on, then they're going to be looking for more attention, like, you know, trying to just interact, 'cause, like they've just been like sat on their own for however long, you know.
Yeah.
And so remember for at first that they are people, talk to them, and then if it doesn't feel right or they're not listening because they're living too much in their own fear, then there's definitely ways you can protect yourself.
It's good to know. Um, Hi Travonda, how are you? I'm glad you made it too. Do you guys have any more questions? Feel free to ask away. I can't imagine just like laying there in a dark room and something blowing in my ear.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
scary for sure.
You know, I don't know if you've experienced it, but you know, like nurses and people, not necessarily doctors, but nurses and people who are dealing front line with the people who are ill or moaning about little things. They're just very like straightforward. Come on, we're going to get it fixed. It's just often like it's better to be blunt, because the more power you invest in your fear of them, then the more open you are to their, you know, shenanigans. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Melissa said another comforting experience. I worked with the elderly. It is very common that they see loved ones as they are dying. Some of my fellow clinicians are freaked out, but I find it beautiful. Um, I would find that so comforting to think like my
Yeah,
grandparents saw each other, met one another. That's so cool.
it is. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And you'll often find people with Alzheimer's and stuff who are maybe not fully both feet in this world, they're wandering,
Yeah.
they'll come back and talk about seeing people or just having spoken to somebody. And a lot of the time it's easy to just, dismiss that as their illness.
Right.
But a lot of the time is it's almost like they're going to a waiting room and the loved ones are there to kind of go, it's okay. When you're ready, it's okay. We're here to get you.
Oh.
And I remember my nana was the most important person in the world to me. Absolutely the most important person. And I'd come back from university from like my first degree, and I'd been called to the nursing home, and she'd passed by the time I got there. And I remember all the way there, like, I mean, I'm a gentle person, but I must have walked through three people trying to stop me getting into the room, just rugby style. I'm going, it's my nana.
Yeah.
And the minute I went in, now my nana, she had the gift of like farsight. She used to call it like dreams.
Mhm.
Um, and I never met my granddad in person when he was living, but she loved him, and she never married. Like it was love, and she would
Yeah.
speak about him all the time. And like I remember, like the proudest moment was when she said I was just like him because I knew how much she loved him.
Oh, that's
And like I
beautiful.
walked into that room, and I remember all of the grief and everything I was feeling. And the minute I walked into that room, I just sensed my granddad everywhere. And it was like in that moment, all of the sadness and grief just left me because I knew she was okay.
Oh my
So
gosh. How comforting
yeah,
and how beautiful is that?
yeah,
My mom was in the hospital, and before she passed, a medium came and spoke to my dad. She said 333. You will remember those numbers the rest of your life. She passed December 9th, 3 minutes to 3 o'clock. Wow, Richard. Oh my
yeah.
gosh. Wow, that's incredible.
Do you see 333 in signs in your life at all now, Richard?
That'd be so cool if you said yeah. Like, how amazing is
Yeah,
that? How
yeah,
amazing. I wish my grandparents would show me signs, but I dream about them a lot, so maybe that's their way. Maybe that's.
absolutely. Do they ever tell you anything in your dreams? Or do you
I
ever feel anything?
I always wake up crying, but
Hmm.
just because I miss them so much. But I can't
Yeah.
remember anything specific if they're saying something. But I know always in my dreams, I feel like I'm protecting them.
Hmm.
So I don't know what that means, but I feel like I have to protect them against like something bad. I don't know.
Interesting. And do you remember your dreams normally or not?
Yes, I have pretty much the
Right.
same dreams.
So there is this. I was just talking about it with my friend. She was actually my first partner ever, so we grew up together for a long time.
Uh huh.
And she was the first one that helped. 'Cause at first I thought, I was like, who's, like when I realized other people didn't happen, as a scientist, as somebody with a logical mind, I was like, okay, is it possible I'm ill? Is it, you're thinking about stuff like that because you're
Mm-hmm.
growing as a teenager and doubting yourself anyway. I
Sure.
remember like she marched off to the library and got these like maps out and the histories of a house and stuff, and she brought it back. She went, "You were right, so shut it now." And I was like, "Okay, fair enough." But do you know the fact that she did that for me helped me relax
Yeah.
into it a lot more as a teenager. Um, and so we developed our belief and understanding of spirit together just through talking about it and her asking me questions.
Mm-hmm.
And she was just talking to me about an interaction she had in her dreams the other night, and how there was bits of it that she couldn't remember. And I said it was redacted. And she went, "Oh, that's a really beautiful word for it." I said, "It is." I said, you've been allowed to share something or see something that's just not for you at this minute because you're still earthbound."
Wow.
So there is that, but obviously, like, if you were only seeing your grandparents like once a year and you were leaving their house to come back to your house, you'd be upset leaving them, wouldn't you?
True.
So yeah, it's the same thing as you come out of like visitations with them.
Yeah.
But the protection is interesting. Um,
Sounds.
yeah, and there's maybe ways that you can, send certain energies to them that would
Really?
help, or just,
Yeah.
yeah, or just ways for you to protect yourself as you're going to sleep, so that the whole thing is protected should you dream.
I love that. I'm
So
gonna try that. Some of my dreams I
yeah,
really, really like because I feel like I'm in a movie. And then other
yes,
times it's just so sad. I love dreaming about my grandparents. I just hate waking up the next morning, you know? It's just like and then I feel
yeah,
like in my real life I always felt like I never wanted anybody to be rude to them or hurt their feelings because they were like the most like I don't know, angelic people. So I don't know if maybe too that's what I'm dreaming about, like always feeling like I needed to protect them. I don't know.
yeah, maybe. I mean, especially if it was always in your nature towards them,
Oh yeah,
you
I
know.
never wanted anybody to be mean to them at the store or anything like that. Like I just always felt like nobody can hurt them because they're like the sweetest people ever. So I felt like I always needed to protect them against like the mean people out there. I don't know.
Yeah, it's then maybe just that sensation, but heightened, because sometimes when you're sharing energies like that, there is opening for people to drain that energy, and
Yeah,
maybe you're just like protecting that, just doubly so because it's you've not seen them for a while. So you're like, nope.
true. Yeah. You can yes, you can place a protective shield over yourself and cut away any dark or negative feelings. I need to do that. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'll start doing that at night before I go to
Importantly,
sleep.
when you do, make sure that it covers the top of your head and the bottom of your feet. It's like a
Okay,
complete, yeah.
good to know. Thank you for that. Let's
Yeah.
see.
You can visualize it as just light around you.
Mm-hmm.
I know that if I'm doing anything that is particularly draining, I go from the light barrier to, or whatever space I'm in, I'll put a shield around. But I'll also, for me, I'm quite connected to trees. And so
Oh,
if I feel like under duress in any way, then I could literally almost step into a tree and feel it surrounding me.
that's so cool. Breezy, look into Reiki. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
Reiki.
wow. Yeah, I'll look into that. I heard it's really healing. I know of I see a lot of people on reality shows that do it, so I've always
Well,
wanted to know what it is.
it won't surprise you that I have certificate in Reiki.
You do?
Because, yeah. But for me, I took it and I made it my own, which is, why I would only ever kind of heal like friends and
Yeah,
people I was close to, with that kind of energetic bond. But for me, as well as calling energy, healing energy, and pure energy, I also pull it up from the earth as well. So it's like a mix of above and grounding.
right.
And then, yeah, move it around someone's body.
You are so interesting. Like you're, you have so many different interests, hobbies, careers. I mean, you do it all.
Yes, I
You
know. I think I've
truly
like
do.
crammed 5 lives into this one.
But that's cool.
Yeah. Plus, I
That's
just find myself in situations. I'm like, yeah, okay,
awesome.
let's see
Right.
what happens.
That's good though. That's
Mm.
awesome. Um, you do Reiki, Melissa? It's very spiritually driven. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into it. I have a
Yeah.
pendant that protects you from negative energy and negative thoughts. What pendant is that? Is there like a type of crystal I should be wearing or keeping near me?
There's different crystals you can use for spirituality.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it depends what you want. But I'll say this, like I use crystals. And one that I used to carry with me as a teenager, I gave to my friend, the one that, you know, I was telling you about that went to find the maps and stuff.
Yes.
And she popped it on her husband, and he dreamt of his granddad that just passed, and it was quite strong. So there is energy that you can use, but with crystals, you have to cleanse them and tell them their job.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, because like different crystals have so many different roles, and so it's like anything in spirituality, be it, you know, if you use cards or a scrying mirror or whatever it is, be aware. And I used for a long time cards, because then it was like the advice was coming from the cards and not me,
Mm-hmm.
which was helpful as a 15-year-old, especially when I was going through some difficulty accepting it because it was linked to my grandmother, not my
Right.
nana. And so anything you use, like it magnifies what you're doing, but remember, you're the one still giving it power as well.
Okay. Thank you for
Yeah.
that.
Mm.
This is very informative. I'm learning so much here.
Oh, it's Sanskrit. Is it a blessing?
It is a blessing, definitely. Definitely a blessing to be here, to be with you guys and learning together. And I love that there's people interested in this. You know, I'm always trying to learn. I'm always trying to learn new things. Travonda said, I would do anything to feel my grandmother's touch again. I can truly say she was the only person to love me. Oh,
Mm.
Travonda. She still loves you.
Absolutely. I mean, that when people pass, they just become more themselves. And so if they had love for you, you know, then that's only ever going to be magnified. And people that carry that kind of love for you will help guide your life too. And it's about being open to it. And often you won't know. It'll be the times where you take a different route home, or you just suddenly get a bit of a weird feeling and do something.
Right.
And that's often spirit guiding us without us even being aware of it.
That's really
But
cool.
she will still love you. Absolutely.
I hope that helped, Travonda. I hope that gives you some comfort. I really hope so. Hi, Mary. How are you? Let's see, everybody's saying hi to Mary. I hope you're doing well. Yes, Amanda. I know everybody's loving this. Do you guys have questions for Amanda? And if she feels like if she feels comfortable, she can answer them.
If I can, I will.
I'm sure people do have questions. It might just take a second to type them out. I'm surprised Foodie Beauty hasn't been on today, you guys.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hi, Mary Somerset. Is this the dream live? Yeah, we're kind of talking about everything. We did talk about dreams too. Did you have a dream you wanted to talk about?
I have the dream dictionary sat on my desk because
Oh my god.
dreams about spirits I'm better with, but general dreams, you know, it's not my strongest suit. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I am sure you're gonna get some dreams here in a minute. Let's see. Mary, did you have a dream? You guys could go ahead and just type them out below. And like she said, if she can help you, she definitely will. Um, I just
There's
appreciate.
actually ways as well of like developing in your dreaming and using it as a tool in your life. So
Really?
yeah, yeah.
Do you do this kind of thing as your job? This is my first intro to you.
Me?
Yeah,
Oh,
somebody asked you
no,
that.
no. Yeah, I was a biogeochemist and environmental toxicologist. And then my back, I had a horse riding accident when I was younger, and it made it so I couldn't be in the labs anymore. And now I am retraining in something else now that I've had my operation. So Part of it involves woodworking and making. So,
Mary,
and I use wood and crystals in the stuff that I make.
that's so
And then yeah, I have the intention that people can choose whatever wood and crystal they want, and I'll write down the meaning of both. But then also, if they want me to program the crystals for them to start with, then I'm happy to do that as well.
Do you have like a website or anywhere where people can reach out to you?
Not yet. I have a small issue with perfectionism.
Okay.
And so I've been practicing, and to the point where I'm now comfortable to start selling. And so I'm going to set up 2 different businesses to sell different things. So yeah, if I ever, if when I get the names and the accounts up, I can always let you know.
Yeah, let me know so I could share them because I know people would probably. I would love to get a crystal. I think that would be really cool. Um, so Mary McQueen has a dream where her mouth is full of seeds, like sunflower seeds, and she can't spit them out. It's been reoccurring for months now.
Now, is she trying to talk at the same time?
Ooh, good question. And Melissa has a dream too. I dreamt of my DTR for years. She was 4 or 5. Then we lost her before she was born, and that was hard to digest. But I'm so grateful is that her energy was with me. Oh,
Yes, normally when a spirit comes to you like that, especially if you feel emotion in the dream, like strong emotion that you maybe sometimes carry forward out of the dream with you, then yes. And often it's funny, we grieve, but we're really grieving, like, in my understanding, is we're grieving for our own loss because we're the ones in pain. Whereas once the spirit goes through healing, they're happier than we ever could be while we're living. And so they like to come back and let us know we're okay and that they're okay and it's okay. And they'll give you little messages or just try and set your mind at rest. But often it's important to kind of find strength in situations and what you could learn and bring forward from it.
I hope that helped you, Melissa. She said I didn't type that to make people sad, just to show how beautiful this soul is. Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
Melissa. Mary said she tries to talk and she constantly spits them out, but it's like she can never get them out.
Okay. And sorry to ask you another question while you're typing, but are you trying to say something urgent? Are you trying to pass a message on? Or you're just trying to talk in general?
Travonda said, "Oh, Melissa, that's beautiful." And Melissa said, "I was lucky to have her soul with me." Oh, yes, you were.
Uh, that is lovely. And it kind of shows an understanding of just the beauty that, small interactions, bring, and to have someone that returned to show you she was okay. It just
Yeah,
shows the depth of connection you have to her soul.
it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love stuff like this where we could just talk about everything, not necessarily scary experiences, just like the beautiful part of different spirits and energies as well. So this is nice.
My experiences is often with energies. It is more um it's more beauty than not once you get over your own fright.
Yeah.
Okay, I found seed in the book.
Right. Are you there, Mary? She's got the seat info.
Try and talk. Sorry, what did you say? So try and talk, and I constantly spit them out, but it's like I never get them out. It's usually, but generally, I don't think it's panic most of the time. Okay. Oh, sorry. Seeds may simply. It's all right. Seeds may simply represent parts of the human reproductive process, the sperm or egg. Alternatively, much like acorns, seeds can symbolize potential, either in people or situations. To sow seed in a dream is said to predict the foundation of future wealth, joy, and health. Let's see if we can find sunflower, see what sunflowers mean.
Let's see. She said, but it's like I'm on the verge of choking, but I never do.
Are you going through any changes, Mary, or anything you want to start but haven't yet?
Ooh. Let's see. Sorry, I'm going up in the chat to see if I missed anybody.
It's alright, I'm just looking at sunflowers. So sunflowers tend to be linked with long life, good fortune and vitality, or harvest and bounty.
That's really cool. I love sunflowers.
I wonder if it's anything to do with me being maybe. Yeah. Considering it, the idea of seeds is, as the book said, reproductive, right? Sperm and egg and that kind of thing.
There you go. Tawana, yes, it did. Thank you, Amanda. Oh, Mary, the pregnancy dreams are intense. Oh my gosh, I remember those. Ah.
I know that in general they make all dreams intense, but I think when you're pregnant, it can, it's obviously like a swelling of energy. It is growth, it is creation, and so your energies can go a bit static, haywire even.
Let's see. Do you guys have any more questions or dreams?
So when you are in kind of haunted places, you say you feel.
Yes.
Have you ever tried taking that, and there's a part of spirituality where if you touch an item and focus on what you're feeling, you can get a sense of the history in that item. And it can be buildings, it can be like a chest, it can be, just anything.
I'll have to try that. I don't know if I've ever really put my focus into doing that.
If you do, make sure you protect yourself though.
Okay. Yeah, I'm interested. I mean, I would love to experience like anything. But I know also when I say that, I open myself up to things. So, yeah, I definitely need to protect myself.
But just remember, just because you say yes to something doesn't mean you say yes to everything within that.
That's true.
So make sure that as you go forward, set your own speed and communicate. Like, nope, it's too fast. Thanks. Let's slow it down. Extra protection. Take a break.
I will. Melissa says she has a question for you, Amanda. And
Okay.
DB Burns, thank you so much. You were the first one to join my channel, the membership. I don't know if you saw the community post shout out I gave you. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It made my whole day when I got my first subscriber. Thank you.
Did you sing then too?
Well, she wasn't. No, I didn't sing then. But do you want me to sing to you, DB?
I think you should definitely get her to sing to you.
Okay, the Breezy Bunch, the Breezy Bunch. That's the way DB became the Breezy Bunch. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Yay!
Thank you. I would wiggle my arm like Chantal does, but it doesn't have the same effect, and you guys can't see me
No,
anyways.
I like the song. It's good.
Thank you. Okay, so Melissa has a whole thing for you there.
Okay. It does shoot.
Can you see it?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can. So, um, do you continue to have that to this point, or was it right at the beginning? There's two reasons that that could happen. Um, Spirits experience time in a very, very different way than we do, because they're not always present on this kind of earth, I guess. And then even if they do, even if it's spirits that have been stuck for a little bit, it's still not. But when a person first passes on, um, the spirit, the soul, has to go through a period of healing. And so it's more a case of, while you're going through that, especially if it's someone that's maybe carried a lot of pain or hardship or struggles like addiction, anything, and the length of time it takes to heal that person, depends on the hardship or the suffering that they had. So it might just be that time's a bit different to it, or it could just literally be a way of, I'm here, and I'm waiting for you. I want to play. I mean, does she seem sad when she says it, or? Oh, so um, if you're worried about her soul being stuck,
Mhm.
there are different ways that you can help them with that, and it's just talking to them. It would be letting her know that it's okay, and she can go forward and you'll be right with her, because to her it will feel like that, and she'll get a better understanding once she's crossed. Or it could just be a child's impatience, because when they come back to visit, they come back to visit as they were on this earth. And so it's just been like, I was waiting for you. How long did it take you to get back to me in my dream?
Oh, I
So
love
there's
that.
two different ways, but there's the best way is if you ever sense her around you while you're awake, or you get a thought that's very strong about her, just talk to her the way that you would, and be like, it's okay if you got any other relatives across, say, go to your aunt or gran or whoever, and that you'd be
Mhm.
right behind her. You'll be right there. It's okay. Oh, no, they can still cross back. They absolutely can still cross back, Melissa.
Um,
Um,
DB was wondering about sage. If you have any advice on sage.
yeah, I use sage. It's good. Like I said, it depends on what you respond to change. Melissa, if you have any follow-ups, just let me know. I'm not dismissing this at all. But yeah, sage. So when you change your environment, say you've done some spirit work, or you move into a new house and you want to claim it as your own, or anything, then you kind of have to reclaim that space. Be like, no, it's almost like a spiritual closing of your front door and locking it. This is my space. This is where I'm safe. And so, especially if you've done work with spirit, or spirit's been around you that's carried some suffering, if they've stayed on the earth for centuries, or even if you've just been around friends that have carried like quite a heavy energy with them just from sadness, then you can always change that, and it's like a vibration thing. And for some people, scents work for them. Some people it's sound, like I'm sure you'll have seen these people running around like gongs and singing bowls.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, quite often it's laughter. I use laughter. That changes the energy quite a lot for me. And I remember once I did some scrying with my friend, and she was watching my kind of boundaries, my borders for me while I did it. But it was a beautiful message, but I hadn't done the protection too well because that was when I was still letting everything use my energy as a battery. And she says, "Oh, you got any sage?" And the only thing that I had was like from a place locally, and it was off. We're talking, how do I? The size of a small rolling pin. Yes, that's how
Okay.
much sage there was there. And we lit it and we smoked ourselves out. I had to open the back door because we were choking. But the laughter from that changed the energy. And also, it's about making do with what you had. So, with the scrying mirror, we knew it was not a good idea to touch it again anytime soon. And she was like, "Have you got any of this? Have you got any of that to put it in?" She works with herbs quite a lot. And I said no. But what I did have was some spiced tea. And she went,
Mm.
"Good enough," and just chucked the tea bag in with it. Do you know it did the trick?
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's very much like I don't know if anybody reads Terry Pratchett,
Uh-huh.
but there's the witches. There's this young girl like running around Magrat, like really invested in the athame of whatever and the power of this and so on. And those things are useful, but she believes that that's where all the power is to begin with.
Right.
And like the two older witches that are quite funny was like oh yeah, I've got the summoning pan of, instead of the cauldron, it's just like a pan from the kitchen and the rolling pin of protection and stuff like that. And it's just about what tools you have at your disposal,
Right.
invest in that, in it, you know.
Richard asked, "Do you believe in past lives? I was told I've been reborn twice."
I do. I do. Um, so it's my, so I'll tell you a bit about what I know. Now, it doesn't mean that other people's opinions are wrong. I think we have different names for the same thing a lot of the time.
Right.
And so, like, some people may call something, heaven, and somebody else may call it the Christ sphere, or it's different terms, and some people call it nirvana.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's my my knowledge at this point in my life is as as we speak about energy and vibration, and it's our job to increase our vibration, to learn our lessons. And so the way I see it, it's almost like you have your soul group, which is souls that you're connected to, that you will be reborn with time and time again.
Oh, that's
And
so
somebody who may
interesting.
put him.
So we connect with people here, like we can meet people here and we're reborn with them?
Absolutely.
Or,
So there's two ways that can happen. So you've either
okay.
got your soul group, which are souls that you will always be reborn with, that you'll always have a strong connection to.
Uh-huh.
Or there's souls that you just recognize from another life, and sometimes that can manifest by you thinking you've found, your soulmate, your true love, and then it's quite a negative relationship, and it's actually just your spirit recognizing them from another life and getting confused.
Okay, I'm going to sound like such
Um,
a weirdo right now, but can I cut you off to ask you a question that I'm dying to ask?
okay.
I tell my dog all the time, like, she is my soulmate. I swear this is not a dog. I swear we just get each other. So, I mean,
Yeah.
are animals reborn too? I mean, does that happen? Because
The
I swear she connects with me on a level that is just insane.
Yes. So definitely, it's like a vibrational growth, Um, and so there's certain animals that you just have such a strong connection with. I mean, I had Poppy the psychic wonder dog, but I also had
Mhm.
Misha, who was just, I mean, I used to call her an angel, and she was such
Aw.
a Reiki dog. she, when she first came to me, I was in a bad way. I was still in the hospital bed and I was struggling with pain. And from it, I used to get eczema, stress eczema.
Mm-hmm.
And Misha was just this dog that she was a caretaker. And she'd kind of go into a little trance when she was caretaking you.
Yeah.
Like you'd see her eyes glaze and kind of half close. And
Mm-hmm.
from the day she came, my eczema healed and I've not had it again since. And I had the same thing when I was going through quite the period of healing as a 13-year-old with my
Yeah.
horse. So yeah, there's definitely animal souls that are just, higher in their growth as well, and they are sent. Often they can be sent by somebody else, like someone that cares about you.
Oh my gosh, I totally believe that because Chachi came to me when I was first getting sober from alcohol. And I don't know, just from the moment I rescued her, I mean, we could just look at each other. Like she could just look at me and I know what she wants.
Yeah.
Days I'm really sad or in a lot of pain, she like lays on me. I don't know. We just get each other. So I always thought I was a crazy dog lady, but maybe it just makes sense.
No.
Maybe she's my soulmate
No,
in
because
the
like
animal.
Poppy, I love to bits. Like she was a booger. She'd always make me laugh.
Yeah.
And she had her role in my life, which was mostly to drive me nuts and make me laugh. You know, but then it was good because then I'd be up playing hide and seek with her because she was just a bugger. But Misha, I connected with, like my two horses. I did not name him Cagney. That I connected with, and actually I had a dream about him that was
Oh.
interesting. Whereas Fanula, I adored, but
Uh-huh.
it was more of just like a horse rider connection, which is deep anyway. But
Yeah,
yeah, like especially those animals that are sensitive to our emotions and just somehow do the right thing in that moment.
they do.
Yeah,
Hi,
yeah,
Tay. How are you, by the way? Melissa said animals can read our vibrations too. Oh, I totally agree
yeah,
with that.
absolutely. And so, sorry to go back to that past life thing. Is it okay if I finish that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in my head, but it's just because of the way I see things.
Uh-huh.
I see it as when we are not on this earth, um, it's like we have our full awareness back, our full understanding of life and the plan and where we're at and where we need to go. And so with our soul group, we make plans. All right, in this life, I'm going to come back here. And it's a really hard thing to hear sometimes, but we do choose some things, even if it's not a great situation, but because it's important lesson for us to get.
Right.
And so like sometimes we can meet somebody on this earth that we really don't like, but they've actually taught us a really important lesson. And they can be part of our soul group. And to me, it's like an act of love almost to do that, that it's easy to be nice to someone that you love.
Right.
It's harder not to be.
That's
And
true.
in return, you hopefully teach them and their path. And so we come back and we're faced with situations, and I don't know if people know in their life, but some people call it karma, some people call it like repeat patterns. I mean, we see it all the time, especially with who you comment, do
Yes.
commentary on.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah, sometimes like we'll have to learn the same things 12 times. We're like, why is this coming up in our life?
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually life just giving us opportunity, saying, learn this now so you don't have to do it again next life. And then when you start breaking that energetic bond of that lesson, so as I said, I can sometimes, it was especially when I was younger, putting other people's needs first to the detriment of myself.
Right.
Then that came back on, all right, you learnt your lesson, but I'm going to send it back slightly smaller just to see if you've really changed and give you another chance to change it. And some of my most important lessons have come from very two big, I think what the tarot readers call tower moments, which is where it's felt like everything's broken. And, that's like a point where you go, what can I learn from this so it never happens again?
Right.
And so, yeah, then we go back and we remember ourselves again, go through our healing, and then we finally get to a point where we can take a rest and come back as a guide for the people we love, or we just move on energetically to the next
Oh,
whatever,
wow.
which I am not too aware of yet.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's a thought. And I really hope I learned my lesson in this life, because in the next life, I don't want to go through some of this stuff again.
Well, it sounds like, I mean, you're already showing that you have gone through personal growth and change in your life, you know?
Thank you so much. And Tay, um, I think, oh, hi everyone, I'm well. Thank you. How's everyone? We are doing well. If you have any questions or anything, Amanda is just full of knowledge. It's amazing. Anita, hi. I'm not ignoring you. I'm sorry. I saw you say hi to everybody. I hope you're doing well, Anita. Just said hello, all here listening. Hope everyone is well. I hope you're doing well. Um, Melissa, I'm thinking about moving next year while hanging in my new home. Oh, your dream catcher? Oh, those are so nice. I remember having them when I was younger. I'd be interested in getting one now, though.
Yeah.
Um, That's cool. Thank you. I hope you guys are enjoying this. This is so interesting. It gives me.
And
Oh, go ahead.
oh, it's okay. I was just going to say that for an ex-partner who was going through a really big period of healing, I actually made a crystal wind chime with
Wow,
different crystals that, were good for that period in life.
that is so cool. I really want to see your crystals that you made one day. Um,
Yeah, sure.
yeah,
Send
I'd
you
love
some
to see
pictures.
them. Thank you.
It's okay.
Let's see. Yeah, 'cause it's hot here too. Oh my gosh, it is so hot in my room right now. Chachi and I just have a fan on us. This is awesome. I'm so glad you're having fun, Melissa. And I hope you found some comfort. You know? Anita says, I love crystals. Tiger eyes are my favorite.
Oh, yeah, tiger's eye is nice. If you're drawn to tiger's eye, another one to look into maybe, especially if you want to grow in your kind of spiritual connection, is they used to call it a patches tear. It's very much the same kind of energy as a tiger's eye crystal.
What is a tiger eye supposed to protect you against?
Um,
Or is it supposed to attract something? Or
so it's connected to your throat chakra. It's good
Mhm.
for communicating your feelings and just communication in general. Um,
Oh.
I think it's meant to attract wealth as well, and
Mhm.
it brings insight. It's good for like anxiety.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'll have to
and
look
I don't know
in.
if you know, it's kind of beautiful. It's gold with like kind of shimmery gold with black layers in it, which is where its name comes from.
That sounds beautiful. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
Google everything when we get off here. And I've never had my tarot read. I know you said you're into tarot cards. I've never had that done or had somebody
I
ever.
don't read tarot.
Oh, I thought I heard somebody
What I
talking.
read is I speak about tarot because I work
Yes.
with people that do, but I read psych cards,
Okay.
which are a little bit different. Not many people have heard of psych cards,
I don't think I
but they were the
have.
ones that I used as a kid to, be like, oh, it's the cards doing it, not me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Black
um,
Obsidian is good, Melissa. It's maybe not always the best to touch too much if you're going through a crisis point in your life because it brings about change and it sometimes forces change. So if you're ready for change, it's great. But yeah, just I think some people use obsidian in like there's a specific kind of therapy using obsidian which is about like severing karmic ties and changing things fast in your life.
Let's see. I love oracle cards. Anita said.
Okay.
Tay said, I need something for anxiety.
I will. I've got a huge number of crystal books, because obviously, like, I work with things, and so I can always find some stones and let Breezy. Is this what I'm calling you, Breezy now?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. And I'll pop it in the comments in this video.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Thank you
Yeah,
for
I'll make a
doing
note of that.
that.
Oh, it's
Um,
my pleasure. And I think people, by nature, I'm a healer, and I've always done something that's involved healing of different things, people, planet, whatever. And I think if you can help, then it doesn't really cost much, but looking in a book and typing.
there you go. You're such a good person. Like, I could tell you just have such a good heart. You seem very genuine as well.
I
um,
am. I'm very much like a does what it says on the tin kind of person. If I say something, I mean it, and if I promise
mm,
something, I'll do utmost never to break that. It's just
it's a good quality to have. It's a really
most of the
good
time.
quality. True.
Yeah.
Anita said at Tay, keep a small crystal in your bra.
Hmm.
Is that for anxiety?
Um,
Um,
a, a small crystal in your bra is a good place to put it. Just to have it close to your skin. It's
mm-hmm.
often why I make jewelry out of the crystals as well as other things. When I was younger, I used to actually, I had a small pouch and I'd keep them in my waistband.
Very nice. Melissa said, I don't even know you, Amanda, but I can feel the healing nature of your soul.
Thank you.
That's
Yeah,
really sweet, Melissa.
I remember my biology teacher wanted me to be a doctor because I used to teach first aid at the age of 15, which was
Mm-hmm.
interesting when it was a room full of adults. And I was always really good at it, but I preferred to work. I specialised in pollution in the environment and solving that, and I'm happy to have changed a lot in the environments I came into contact with.
That's amazing. It's amazing that you're making a difference. Maybe Amanda could suggest the best one at Tay.
Yeah, for the is this for the anxiety crystal or yeah?
Hi, Eden. I see you. Purple heart. That's my favorite color.
Is it?
Yeah, I love
That's
purple.
actually quite a spiritual color as well.
It is?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've always been drawn to purple and I love sunflowers. Those are like my two things. Um,
Sunflowers are amazing in a lot of ways, but in a very boring science way, they're amazing as well. Except it's not. I don't find it boring, but there we go.
Tell me about it. I'd like to learn. They make me so
Yeah.
happy. Like, just,
Sunflowers are hyperaccumulators, which means that if there's any kind of poison in the soil, they can draw it up more than any other plant, and they lock it safely away in their cells, so it doesn't hurt them, but it takes it out of the soil, so it's no longer like hurting animals or people. And so they're great for like heavy metal pollution from like mine spills, but they also were planted around the boundary of Chernobyl as well because they pull up radiation, like radioactive isotopes, which are also a metal, so they
really,
can store it away.
they're
They
amazing.
really, yeah, they really made a difference in the environment. Yeah,
That's so cool.
yeah.
What is the best anxiety crystal?
I will happily um look it up and like pop it into the chats. If I put at your username, it should you would it send a notice?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, so I'll do that, Tay, and I'll list you a few. But just out of interest, what colours are you drawn to?
Let's see. Different stones can help our research check out chemistry. Great Fiesta colors, Eden said. Fiesta colors. Am I missing something?
Oh, maybe because we were talking about spiritual colours.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm
on
not
my
sure.
end, I just see black and white. Am I missing out on something fun here?
I know that, well, some people purple and grey. Thanks, Tay. I mean, amethyst is always a good coverall for a lot of things, but there are specific stones for anxiety, so I'll definitely find some for you. Yeah, like some people, as we were talking about, Reiki or moving energy. So as well as everything in this planet is made up of energy, it just vibrates at different frequencies. So we know that what's in a table or a comet or a star or a person is the same building blocks, but just with different energy.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes when you are ill or carry trauma in your body, it means that like energy can get trapped somewhere and store there, and it's about releasing it and moving it through your body. And so when I do my protection, I often do like energy moving through my body as a healing. But some people, instead of like visualizing like Reiki energy or crystals, they'll focus on color, and it's whatever works best for their brain to do that healing. So there are different parts of your body that have different colors as well.
Jess said I have a negative reaction to the color red. It really puts me in a bad mood.
Do you have pain? Sometimes we store like pain, the energy of pain, as red. Or it might just be that it's a hangover from some other part of your life, this one or a different one. But it'd be interesting to see if when you do have pain. Yeah. So we sometimes subconsciously see our pain as red, and one of the techniques that is really good to move pain out of your body is, and it's something I make people do, is imagine, especially if it's headaches and things like that as well, like take that headache, visualize it inside your body, and normally you say, what color is it? 9 times out of 10 it's always red. And then it's about seeing it, focusing on it, and then slowly just watching it kind of almost like dribble out of your body as if it's water moving, and just all of that red draining out and going. And sometimes that's like a really good way of removing pain from your body.
So interesting. Sorry, let me see. Just said, yeah. Amethyst is a good all around, covers loads of things.
Yeah, it's really good.
I want to look into crystals, definitely. I had a rose quartz once, but my daughter took it from me.
Well, it's pink, isn't it? So
she really wanted it. She was like, I'm going to carry this in my little purse. So she does. And yeah, she likes
but
it.
that I find beautiful. So, I told you that my friend came to me and asked me to help her get pregnant.
Yes.
Because scientist. I obviously, because I made promises to her soul as well. And so I spent a lot of time, especially before they moved. And she was always around my house. And so she always played with my crystals. And I'd been doing Reiki for her since she was in the womb. Because it had been a bit of a troubled pregnancy. And, from the time she was born, like even like her first shots, like nobody could comfort her, but I did Reiki and she chilled out. And she used to jump up in my lap and put my hands on her. And you could always tell she wasn't feeling so well. And so we did that, but she would always like play with the crystals. And my friend was like, oh, don't touch them. I was like, no, they're there to be touched and played with. Let her feel them. And
Mhm.
she would often, there'd be like certain stones that she was always called to, or ones that, you know, changed depending on a mood or, you know.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
think children are just freer because they haven't got that voice in the head going, well, what does that mean? Is it working? Am I making that up? Am I thinking
That's
too much?
true. No, that's
Yeah,
true.
they're just, yeah, just pure gut instinct.
You know, and I figured if it makes her feel protected or good, because she asked me, and I wasn't sure. She had said, "What is this for?" And I said, "I think it means love, or it attracts
It
love."
does.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's about as much as I know. So if it makes her feel like she's going to attract love wherever she goes, good for her. That's awesome.
Also pink, you know, which
Yeah,
is
and
always
it's
a winner.
also pink and really pretty. Tay
Yeah.
asked, "Help losing weight?"
Crystal sense?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
there's some, I think some of the redder colours as well, like the orangey reds are good for that. But I'll again look up. I have a book. I have a book that you can go by, you know, a symptom or what you want to achieve with it.
right.
But not sure
Maybe
where that
we'll
is right
have
now.
to. I mean, would you be open to doing this again? And then that way people can ask about the crystals and you can have it with you or on you. Or, I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
you
Yeah,
would
I'd be
want to
happy
do
to.
this again. What do you guys think? I
Yeah.
think this would be a blast. And then
Plus,
that
I mean, you
way,
can just hear my refined accent again.
I love it. I love
It's the
it.
north of England. It's not that refined.
I think it's beautiful.
Thank you.
So yeah, if you guys want to do this again, that way we could both be a little bit more prepared and we know what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Melissa said yes. I think it
Sounds
would
like
be.
Melissa's got some stories as well.
I think so too. Tay said
Thank
yes.
you, Melissa.
Melissa said I love the accent. I love it too. I love accents.
Does it sound quite strong to you?
It does, yeah.
Hmm,
But it's
interesting.
beautiful. It's so beautiful. I could listen to you talk all day.
Yeah, I had some strange. Well, I mean, I didn't find it that strange because they're my friends, but they would like people like, would you mind just like recording yourself talking or reading a story and just send it to us? And I'm like, are you asking for a bedtime story from me? And then like once I got them to admit that, I was like, yeah, okay, I can do that.
Well, you could literally be talking about toilet paper and you just like you make everything sound so fascinating. You literally
I
could be
know.
talking about toilet paper rolls and it's just like, yes, tell me more.
Thank you. That is lovely. I'll take that as a compliment.
It is
I
a
had a
compliment.
friend. She used to call me M, and she would
Mhm.
ring up. She'd ring up like, "Tell us one of your stories, M." And I was like, okay, or just tell us. And she was like, "Oh, I actually don't care what you're saying. I just want to fall asleep to the sound of your voice." I was like, I'm not sure whether to be flattered or not.
Let's be flattered. Melissa said, I've had people say that the American accent is awful to Europeans.
No, no, no. I actually don't. It's really bizarre because like in in Scotland, I've had like a number of questions because I was born in the north of England. I did my first degree in the south of England, and then I came up to the top of Scotland to do my postgraduate certificates. You know, like my masters and PhD.
Right.
Um, and so when I was down south, I had to slow my accent down because they couldn't understand the northern accent. And then when I came up here, like I've lived up here for a number of years now, and so I feel like I've collected everything. And like I said, someone was asking me if I was Brazilian. And yet when I went back home to the north of England, they're like, "Are you American?" I was like,
Mhm.
"No, I'm from here. Like I'm from right from here." But no, I think, but then I'm weird. Like once I hear an accent regularly, I no longer hear the accent, and so then it's
Yeah,
hard for me to place. But no, I think it's more to do with people's tone. I think you sense the person in their voice.
yeah.
And I think, you know, like I told you, I enjoy your voice. Your laughter makes me laugh.
Thank
And
you. That
also,
makes me laugh.
oh, I forgot my challenge that I have to make you laugh enough so that you can't talk.
That one live. You had me cracking up. Oh my gosh. Somebody said, I love American accent. Thank you. Thank you. Egregious. There are so many. Oh, yeah, because somebody said, which American accent? Which American accent, I guess, is awful to Europeans? I love all accents. When people tell me I have an accent, I don't hear it, but I guess it's because I'm so used to my voice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Plus, you may be surrounded by it if you still live in the same kind of
I
region.
do. And I live in Los Angeles, so we all kind of sound the same. My colors are blue, green, and purple. Oh, are those the
Blue,
colors you're
green,
drawn to, Travonda? We'll have to remember this. So next time we go live, when do you guys want to go live again and continue this? Like, when's a good time for everybody?
Travonda. So, is Travonda wanting colours that the crystals, or just the colours that are used when visualizing things? I can find crystals in those colours. It depends what she wants them for.
Yeah.
Or whatever pronouns. Yeah.
It's true. I don't even hear the New England accent anymore. Oh my gosh, my grandparents were from Massachusetts, and I loved their accent. I've only ever been to New York, but all accents and us are cool. Yeah, I love everybody's accent. If we all sounded the same, how boring, right?
I just find it. I think what interests me more is, when people like colloquialisms, like terms that are just real for that area.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an area of Scotland where they're kind of not native language, but their kind of like terminology and phrases comes from something called Doric.
Uh-huh.
And it's actually thought that is I don't know if you've heard of the Picts. They were like an early civilization that lived in Scotland, in like that particular region.
Okay.
But they didn't write anything. They were the ones that created the stones with all the pictures on,
Okay.
rather than actual use written words. And so they believed that Doric is like a living representation still, like a legacy of the Picts.
Wow.
And that's crazy. Like I don't really go on Facebook anymore, but there's something called Cabrock Radio. Don't ever ask me to spell it. And that's just like a
Okay.
man driving around the country in a Land Rover, like talking in Doric. You're just like, what? Pardon?
How interesting. Anita said Scottish accent is strong, hard to understand like Irish.
It depends. It absolutely depends where, like, which region. I know that in Glasgow, when I lived there, I was introduced to a whole array of words. Like, I remember someone saying, "Oh, I need to get some deodorant, my oxters." And I was like, "You what?" Beg your pardon. My oxters, and that means armpits. And I'm like, okay. And I
What is
remember someone's, pardon?
what is arm? Okay, what is the word that means armpits?
Oxters.
Oh wow. Okay.
And bathes mean slippers. And there's yeah, it's interesting. But someone said to me, like, do you want any messages? And it was when I was studying for my PhD, and I was like, I mean, like, if someone calls, then yeah, please, that's all right. And they're like, no, but do you want me to bring any messages? I was like, what? And it just means like simple shopping, like things like bread and milk.
Oh.
Yeah, I was just really confused. I was like,
I would get confused too. Oh my gosh. Bye, Tay. I'm sorry if you already left, but I hope you're
okay.
still here. Bye, Tay.
Yeah, and I'll definitely put that information.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to do this again because I should be going to you guys. But when is a good day for you, Amanda? Or when is good for yeah. What's a good day for you?
Are you thinking in how many, like in this week, in a couple of weeks, when?
I'm
What are you
thinking
thinking? When?
I like to do paranormal stuff, or like things like this in general on Saturdays. I don't know if Saturdays are good for you.
I may not be able to do next Saturday, but I can do the Saturday after,
Okay.
like the
Well,
11th.
the 11th. I'm trying to think. I could do it, yes. Let
Or
me
I
put
can
it in
do
my
the
phone right
Sunday
now.
of next weekend. It's genuinely,
Let me see. I can work it out. Just tell me whichever day is best for you, and I'll put it in my phone.
Um, those 2 days are free.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah, so whichever, because
Why don't we do... So you could do the 11th, you said.
yeah,
Okay, perfect. So the 11th at 4 o'clock, you guys? Does that
yeah, it's
work?
great for me. Yeah,
Okay. With Amanda. All right. Scheduled,
and
you
like I
guys.
don't know if you want people to leave in the comments the areas they'd like to focus on, and then I can come with information or
Yeah.
questions.
If that would be easiest for you, then yeah. If you guys want to put your questions, colors that you're attracted to, you said you could read some dreams, things like that. Amanda, is there anything else that like they could ask you about that you or you don't want to be asked
Um,
about?
I mean, I have done many things in life, so honestly, like if you let me know the questions that people are asking, I can let you know if it's something I can do.
Perfect.
Um, it's like there are kind of ways to develop dreaming, develop spiritual gifts, to learn how to protect yourself properly,
Mm-hmm.
how to use crystals. There's a lot of kind of basic stuff like that.
Okay, you guys. Well, as soon as this live ends, and go ahead and leave your questions, anything for Amanda in the comments, and then that way she can go back and refer to them. Um,
Yes. And then also you get interaction, and I'm being a good moderator.
yes, you're amazing, girl.
And on that note, like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. And you should get a business up for your crystals and everything once you have your business name or social media or anything. Like, definitely let us know, please.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the problem with me is I just end up making stuff for free for folk that I feel need it. So,
Cool.
but yeah, you never know. I may make you something.
Aw, thanks. That would be really
Yeah,
cool.
and something for your manager.
For my manager. Oh, Chachi dog, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Well, good night, you guys. And we will be back on the 11th to continue this. And Amanda, thank you so much for being here. And thank you for sharing your knowledge on everything. This has been so much
You're more than
fun.
welcome. Yeah, it's been good to talk to everybody.
And I'll see you on Instagram, I'm sure.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Bye, you guys.
All right.
Bye. And
Bye.
thank you to everybody who became a member. That means the world to me. Made my whole weekend. All right. Bye.
Bye.